Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to a new segment we're going to be introducing on the channel because everybody's been pushing in the comments because for some reason, let me digress for a minute. For some reason, my channel has just decided to blow up the past couple weeks. It really boils down to like one video I put up about some guys who are having trouble training down a flatbed and ended up damaging some equipment. I have no idea why that video was so popular. I had no intention of it becoming that popular, but hey, channel blew up. We went from like 600 subscribers. Last time I checked, we were like 1580. So guys, thank you so much, those of you that knew. And I want to do some giveaways. I want to do one when we hit 1,000, but we just kind of went so I'm thinking at 2,000, we hit 2,000 subscribers, we're going to do some sort of giveaway. I got to think of what that's going to be. I don't know yet, but we're going to do something. So 2,000 subscribers, that's our next milestone. That's what we're aiming for. But in the meantime, I've been getting a lot of comments, and a big thing to help the channel too is I respond to a lot of comments. I try to get to all you guys. I can't always because there's a lot of comments. I ain't got a lot of time. I try the best I can. I do try when a video gets put up to make sure I hit at least the early ones that come on, and then when I get my 34s, I'll lay back and go through some of the other ones. But anyways, a lot of stuff I was seeing, a lot of people asking me was they wanted to see long format videos. I've been mostly doing shorts, mainly because of the time constraint, because I mean, I'm working full time as a driver. This is kind of a side hobby thing I'm doing. I don't really know what this is yet. We're trying to figure that out too. But yeah, I mean, if I'm out there doing something, I can take my phone, because I film everything with a phone. I got a phone, a dash cam my wife got me, and I got a GoPro. She got me as a gift early on when we first got together. I haven't used the GoPro any. I'm going to get some stuff, because I got some really, really cool ideas I want to try. Because a lot of people seem to like the stuff where I explain what's going on and how to do things. So that'd be kind of cool to get one of those chest rigs, actually put the camera right here. So you can literally have a first-person view of like how to strap a load, how to do chains, so on and so forth. But anyways, that's coming later. That's down the road stuff. But anyways, the comment kept popping up. Everybody wants to see long format videos. So I can do a lot of the shorts through the week when I'm working because I'm so freaking busy, because I burn my clock. I am a runner. I run my clock as hard as I can go, do my 10, get up and go. And that means I only get 10 hours off, which I get 10 hours of sleep, shower, shave, eat food, call the wife, say hi to friends, do anything I got to do in the truck, and then I got to get up and go. So I like to get at least 6 hours of sleep. I'm one of those guys. I don't need the 8 or the 10, but about 6 is what it averages. But I mean, that's pretty much, I stop, run in, grab a shower, call my wife, or jump in a game chat with some friends, talk to everybody while I eat, shut it down, like watch half an episode of Hell's Kitchen, and then go to sleep, get up and do it again. Excuse me. So, how do we do some long format videos? Well, the best I can do is I can film some stuff on my 34, which happens usually Saturday, Sunday. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to do a Q&A, which I'm hopefully going to get one out this week. You might see that. I'm going to film that after I get done filming this. And we're also going to do what we're going to be calling the 34 update, which is this video you're watching now. So all this is going to be is I'm just going to basically sit down and kind of talk about what happened through the week. And yeah, then we'll go from there and see what else happens. And anything else you guys want to see, this channel is very, very early on. I got a lot of really cool ideas, but we got to get it to grow. I need some feedback from you guys. So let me know down in the comments the things you've liked so far, the things you'd like to see, questions, concerns, because I'm pretty much covering everything in the trucking field. I mean, about driving, about life on the road, living in a truck, and maintenance of it, because I'm also a mechanic. The wife and I are actually starting our own company. It's going to be a mechanical shop. We're going to have some of our own trucks running too. But yeah, I know how to work on just about everything. I can fix a lot of stuff on the fly. And I am going to be doing a lot of videos like doing your pre-trip, stuff like that. So that's all stuff that's coming. That's in the future, but you'll see it. But anyways, this is 34 update number 1. Let's jump right in. This past week has been absolute hell. Oh, let's see. We started off, we were down in Paris, Texas, doing those oversized pipe loads. You guys have seen in my shorts. Hang on just a minute. I gotta sit in my bunk and do this. But yeah, we've been doing those oversized pipe loads, running back and forth, and they're pretty good. They're a little over 500 miles. I could cycle one just about each day. Oversized pay on the trip up. They were great. I mean, I knew there was a couple Walmarts I could stop at. There was a bunch of truck stops that were easy to get to. There's a truck stop, Stone's Throw, pick up and delivery. It was easy. I knew the guys picking up. I knew the shipper packing it. I knew the guys picking up on the delivery. I was working with them. I was making their lives easier. We had it down packed. It was great up until it wasn't. Yeah, I went to the site to drop off, and this is a water line that's being built through Springdale, Arkansas, and they're going cross country with it. So the roads we have to get on aren't really roads. The last site I was at was off a 2-lane backcountry road that ran out to some houses, and I had to take out through there. So it was tight to begin with, but we get up to where it is, and the section of pipe they're working on is out in a field. So it's just a grass field. They cut open a fence, they put a gate in, and they put down what's called bull rock. Excuse me. Bull rock is just basically crushed rock that's supposedly been smooth somehow, but I think calling it smooth is actually laughable. But between 3 to, was it 8 inches? Something like that. Big gas rock. They throw that down to stabilize it. That's what we're supposed to drive over, and it is horrible. I'm amazed I haven't gashed tires by now. But anyways, they lay down the road straight in, boom, and then left and right of it we're stashing pipes. You mean you drive down to offload here, drive down to offload here, drive down to offload here, so on and so forth. Now, typically, when I started going to that site, we were up on the very end of it, so we'd pull in off the road, bang a hard right, immediately cut left, pull off the Bull Rock Road onto a bunch of hand-packed clay where they were staging the pipe. And that gave the loader operator room to come in, offload the pipe, and sit on the side. We'd back out on the road and leave. Well, they've been having issues because the pipe has all these special-made dunnage blocks. It's a piece of 6x6. Bottom has 2 wedges poking up, so they set one pipe and set the other pipe. Then they have one is reversed, 2 wedges sit on top, with one in the middle, put one more pipe on top. So we got a big pyramid. There's 3 in front, 3 in back. When they get to the job site, most guys are just throwing them off in the bushes. That's the other thing of me running back and forth. So I take those back with me because I'm going back to pick up the same thing. So I throw them back on the trail, strap them down, boogie. Well, when I get the pickup, I can already have them set up to load the pipes on when I get there instead of having them getting ahead of myself. Instead of having to wait on them to make them. So it's going right. Anyways, there's other drivers doing this. They're dumping these dunnage blocks off left and right. They're crowding the site, which is already small. Excuse me. So one of the guys came up to me and he says, "Hey, do you know anything about a load taking these blocks back? We've heard that a message was sent to the company you're driving for. They said they're going to send a driver to pick them up." I said, "Well, it's not me. I haven't heard anything, but hang on, I'll make a call." So I call up dispatch and go, "Hey, yeah, I've heard about these dunnage blocks. They're really bugging the guys on the site. I know I'm just running back and forth. You guys are fine with me doing that. Can I just throw them on my truck?" And the guy, dispatch was ecstatic with me. He said, "Absolutely. Thanks for volunteering. Throw them on. You can take them. It's fine." And I think we're doing this to help them out because there was no paperwork or anything on the road. So I think it's just a help you out thing. But anyways, to load the dunnage, because remember, we come in off the road, we cut right and then cut left again. So we're sitting we're sitting parallel to the Bull Rock Road, 90 degrees paved road on the left-hand side. All the dunnage is sitting on the left-hand side of the truck in the bushes. To load it up, I have to back the truck back, set over on the Bull Rock Road, back yak again, set over on the hard-packed clay in front of the pipe they've been staging on the other side of this road. No big deal, right? I mean, there's been construction equipment back and forth, there's been other trucks in and out. There's tracks everywhere this has been riding on. I got out of the truck, went and walked over, make sure the ground was hard, and it was. So I pull over there, set over, get in place, and the construction crew gets a phone call. They said, "Well, we ain't got time to load the dunnage, don't worry about it." Of course, the 3 guys that were there in the crew just started cussing and swearing because of how stupid it was. They had the truck literally sitting there, nobody else waiting to unload, and they've already got the forks onto the first pile of dunnage. So back and forth, back and forth. They come apologize to me for keeping me waiting. And I said, "Well, hey, it's fine. I can sit here up to like an hour until we figure this out. But I got to get boogieing back to get my next load of pipe because I only get paid for the running." And they say, "That's fine. We understand. Can you just pull forward a bit? We got another truck coming now. Let us offload him. And in the meantime, we'll figure out what we're doing with you and the dunnage." I said, "Sweet, no problem. I'll pull forward, make a cup of coffee. No problem." So I just pull forward down this dirt stretch. No problem. Another truck comes in, offload him. They get a phone call, "Hey, let him take the dunnage. Just fine. Do it quick." They come back down to me and said, "Hey, back your truck back up. We'll offload. We'll throw that on, take you over to the side, grab a stack that's there, and you can boogie." I said, "Good deal. Good to go." I back the truck up, get almost back up to where I was, and I feel the front end of the truck go, boom. I found a soft spot or sinkhole or something 3 feet wide. The whole width of the truck, 3 feet wide. I think we just found Jimmy Hoffa. I don't know. But anyways, front end of the truck sank, and as you guys all know, the modern trucks are built mostly out of plastic. So my entire front bumper is not actually a bumper. It's a big, gigantic piece of plastic held on with 4 bolts. Well, guess what? When the front end dropped, that caught the dirt and went, no more bumper. Also means no more oversized flag. So that was the end of me doing the oversized loads for right now. So yeah, call them up, go through safety and everything. Everybody's sitting there scratching their heads, looking and going, WTF. Because, yeah, like literally, they just driven a loader with an 11,000-pound piece of pipe up on the front end of it. I'm empty. My front end only weighs like 11,000 pounds. I know there's a whole flotation with the tires thing, but I was way lighter than the loader, and I'd also driven over the spot already, no problems. It just gave out from underneath me backing up. I'm not in trouble, nobody's blaming me. It's one of those kind of freak things. They're always like, but anyways, so call up them. I got the dunnage on. They said, "Well, you got to take the dunnage back to Paris, drop that off." We'll get you another load that's legal going to another site is up here in Colorado, which is where I'm partway to now. Yeah, it's going to Colorado. So yeah, so I head back down to Texas, drop off that load of dunnage. Of course, everybody's poking fun at me because the truck looks like crap now. Because the best I could describe it is Bill Engvall's skit where he's talking about the dorkfish. That's what my truck looks like now. Just, that's what my truck looks like at the moment. And they said, take the bumper with you. I have no idea why. It ain't something we can fix. But now I got this gigantic red bumper I have to do something with, and I'm still hauling loads, so I don't necessarily have the trailer. So at the moment, and if I can throw a picture in here, I will. It looks like I got a freaking rear spoiler on my truck. So what I've done is set up on top of my headache rack and strap it down on the top. So it looks like I got a rear fin on the truck now. And my fuel mileage is terrible now. Amazing how much a difference aerodynamics make. But anyways, from there, we went and grabbed a legal load of pipe, going up to Colorado. I take off driving. I made it as far, where did I get? I think I was in Oklahoma somewhere. Doesn't really matter. I stopped off at a truck stop and was sitting there parked. Wait, how'd this go? Nope, I take that back. I'm wrong. I get up there. Excuse me. I apologize, guys. I've been drinking soda. I got indigestion here. And again. Anyways, I got up to the delivery for the pipe. Got in there and got that off. That was in Denver, Colorado is what that was. Got in the construction site, dropped the pipe off. I was late getting there because of traffic, and they sent me to the wrong site because you're supposed to call these guys up. They send you a pin drop, and you drive to that location because the location's constantly moving. Excuse me. But anyways, their pin drop ended up being on the wrong side of the site. So I pull in there, and I'm just looking around all the dirt, and I called the guy up and said, hey, I'm here. And one of the construction guys went and found me and said, yeah, they sent you the wrong pin. You're supposed to be over here. So we get over there, get offloaded, everything's good. Oh, before I got there, DOT pulled me in. I went through a weigh station on my way to Denver, Colorado. DOT pulled me in the weigh station. They flagged me down and did a level 2 inspection. They said they flagged me because I didn't have a front bumper on the truck. Now, I've not been able to find that's actually a DOT violation. I've looked, I've talked to the company, they've looked. Nobody knows anything about this. So I don't know what the deal is, but they did their inspection. I passed everything except for 2 things. One was that bumper. They dinged me on that. Well, they dinged the company, technically. It wasn't me. They dinged the company on that, and they said that the ABS lamp on my trailer is non-functional. And what the officer said happened was I was doing the walk around for lights, and he said he walked to the back, and he goes like that for me to push the brake. Push the brake pedal, the ABS light goes blink, and goes back up. He saw that, and he said that the lamp is non-functioning because of that. There's an issue with it. Which I said, it's kind of odd, because I know I did my walk around in the morning, and it cycled like it's supposed to. When you turn your key on, there's supposed to be a test function, the ABS system on the trailers. They'll go through and check all the valves and everything. And that lamp's supposed to come on, I think it's like 30 seconds, and then go back out to indicate system's functional. And when you're driving down the road, it's supposed to be out unless there's a problem, in which case it comes on and puts the light on the dash on. None of that happened. So, yeah, I pull out of there, call up safety, tell them the deal. They said, well, yeah, that sounds like a bunch of BS, but they said, we're not sure on the bumper, we'll look that up and get back to you on that, or we'll take care of that. And I said, well, the ABS light, I think, is bogus because, it's not been on. I did my walk around, it's functioning fine. I said, you guys want me to hit a shop and see what they say? They said, sure, it's a great idea, go do that. So, I was already in Denver at that point, it's just outside of Denver. So I went and made my delivery, got the pipe off. They gave me the next load. It's going to get me up to North Dakota because I got to get back to our terminal in North Dakota because we're based out of Fargo to get the bumper fixed because I got a bunch of spares there ready and waiting. And I also got to get a, what is it? Not Easy Pass. Yeah, it's Easy Pass. Pass-wise, whatever the D-station, the way station bypass pass thing is. Something new we're getting. I don't know. I got to get up there and get it. But anyways, they gave me a load of steel pipe that's going up to North Dakota from Colorado. Just a little bit, that's like an hour south of Denver. So I cruised down there, and it took quite a while to get me offloaded in Colorado. So I didn't make it to the pickup for the steel on time because they scheduled me for 2 p.m. I was still offloading like an hour and a half away at like 12:30. So that wasn't happening. I hit hellacious traffic getting down there. So I pull in at like 3:05 by the time I get there and find out that there's a 3 o'clock cutoff. They shut down for the day. Great. It's on Friday night too. Go figure. So yeah, so I asked the guard, I said, well, when you guys open again, so you can come back 7 in the morning, Saturday morning. I said, okay, perfect. There's a truck stop literally 7 miles up the road. It's got a shop. I'll go take care of that ABS thing, get a shower, and everything be good. Now, I'd rather be rolling, but hey, it is what it is and lets me fix stuff. So I bounce back up to Love's, go in, talk to the guys at the shop. They're not busy, amazingly. I don't know how this was. But they got me right in. And I'm talking mechanics Ray, and I was telling him that I'm a mechanic too, which he thinks is awesome. So, I mean, we just sit there shooting the breeze back and forth for like an hour. But yeah, I go in and take a shower, come back while he's looking at the truck because he had to deal with getting the company approval and all that fun stuff. Does all that. I come back out, he says, man, I've looked that over. I can't find anything wrong. He says, I've hooked our test system up to it. It's not throwing in a code. Said it's functioning right. It's cycling like it's supposed to. I said the light's not doing anything it's not supposed to. I've looked over all the wires. I can't find a loose or bad connection anywhere. The system's fine as far as I can tell. So yeah, so I got that. I was looking, well, my notes are buried up front, but yeah, I got the inspection where they did that, which is also going to lead into another video we're going to be coming out with. So we got the third-party tires, because you guys have seen the two videos out. We did the one on pressure, we did the one on tread depth, which seems to be well received. There's been a number of guys that I've shown some stuff they didn't know, which is great. So we're kind of what we're partnershiply doing. But yeah, I got a couple tires on this trailer that DOT just passed on a check, which is good because I've heard two different people say two different things. But that'll be a video you see coming out this week. We're going to be doing abrasions, bulges, and cuts. It's going to be part 3 of our tires on the shorts. And then we're going to slam them all together with a few extra bits. That's going to be another long format video on pre-tripping tires. So that's coming out too, eventually. Soon, hopefully. So yeah, I get out of there. I get up in the morning, 7... Oh, no, I forgot. Sitting at the truck stop, the Love's truck stop, after I got my trailer fixed up, pull out, get in a parking spot, shut down for the night. Everything's cool. Jump on game chat with my wife and some friends. Everything's good there. I get some food. Sign off with them. Watch a little bit of a movie. I'm getting ready to go to bed. About 10 o'clock at night, I'm in my sleeper. Now, I'm stripped down in my underwear. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm stripped down in my underwear. It's how I sleep. I'm just like freaking pillow. I'm just some dumbass backed into me. Yep, I was in the sleeper, almost asleep. By the way, let me explain this. Say this is the parking lot. These parking spaces going this way. I'm in a spot here. There's an empty spot here. There's a straight 20-foot box truck parked here. It's backed halfway down the spot. So you got tons of room to bend a trailer in. This idiot with the 53-foot dry van goes to make that corner and doesn't turn. He just 45s, boom, straight in the side of my sleeper. Drives the corner of his trailer into the corner of my sleeper. Ends up bending the door underneath the bunk. Bends the frame around. So I can't open the door. I had to bend it back with my load bar before I could even get to my tools to try cutting it free and filing it down and get it working again. And he banged up the top of the sleeper. Could have been a lot worse. I'm pissed about it though. I mean, I jumped out of bed, threw on a pair of pants with no shoes, no shirt. I threw out of the truck after laying on the air horn of the guy. And I was a little bit perturbed. There may have been some harsh words spoken. The guy comes walking back. Of course, he barely speaks any English. He looks at it and goes, what do you want to do? And I said, well, dude, I'm about to call the cops and the company now. They got to come out and do an incident report, and I'm going to need your information and insurance and all that. So I get out all my forms and books, put my headset back on, throw on a shirt, call the cops, tell them what happened. You know, I need an officer to come out. And they say that, well, they don't really have anybody available right now. They're having a really bad night. There's been a bunch of wreck stuff. I said, okay, fine. And they said, we'll get someone out there eventually. Okay, I can wait. No problem. You know, we're not an emergency. There's no injuries. We just need an accident report for the liability side of things. So I hang up with them. I go about taking pictures of all the damage, taking pictures of his truck, getting all the truck's information, his license plates, truck and trailer, company name, DOT numbers, MC numbers. I get all that. Call up our safety department, do everything with them I got to do. And I get up the driver and I said, well, I need your name, number, and your insurance information, and he won't talk to me. He says, oh, I know, I only talk cops. Okay, dude, fine. We'll wait for the cops. So I go back in. At that point, the cops called me back and apologized. Yeah, they had something going on. She said something about a website, but she never really explained it. And I said, well, yeah, well, I got a problem. The driver won't give me his information. They said, okay, we'll get an officer out there to deal with that. I said, okay, fine, thank you. So I get back in the truck and I start waiting. At this point, it's like 11 o'clock at night. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait. I jump on the scanner and I listen and I wait and I listen. And they were having a hellacious night. There was a bunch of wrecks. There was one car got like pole vaulted off into a field, caught fire and burned, and they were injured. It was a rough night. I don't blame the cops. But I waited up to like 3 in the morning. Nobody ever showed up. At 3 in the morning, I finally fell asleep because I was completely exhausted. Wake up the next morning, which, by the way, the guy in the box truck never moved, never parked, never got out of his truck. He stays just a little bit back in that spot with his hazards on, completely blocking the back parking lot, and just sits there all night. Okay? Guy doesn't move. So I fell asleep. Get up in the morning about like 6:45, 7 o'clock when I woke up. And I had no missed calls. Nobody ever showed up, knocked on the truck. Cops never made it out. The guys took off and left at this point, which is fine because I got all his info anyways. I got plenty of pictures. I got pictures of our red paint on the back of his trailer. So I mean, it's easy. It's an open and shut case. Anyways, so I get myself put together, bounce over the steel mill, and I landed there about 7:30, a little bit before, like 7:20. Which I mean, I was exhausted. I only got like 3-4 hours of sleep. I was tired. Slept in as long as I could to make up for it. But I pull in there, get up to the back gate, and this is a huge steel mill. I mean, this sucker is like miles long. And for some reason, other business is tied into it. It was like a trucking company and a railroad company, and yeah, whatever. Anyways, pull up the back gate where we're supposed to go. I went the night before, and it's locked. There's nobody there. So I hunt around a little bit, find out a sign with a phone number on it, call them up. It's the front gate. Excuse me. They said, yeah, you got to come back to the other end of the place, and we'll check you into this gate. Okay, fine. So I bebop around there, go in, check in with them, and say, okay, great, you're all checked in. 7:30, 35 at this point. And they said, well, we got to bring up an escort for you, and we don't want to escort just one truck, so we got to wait till there's at least 3 of you. Okay. So I sit there, and about 20 minutes goes by. It was that point I got out my load bar. I was trying to get my side door open because I needed to get into my fire extinguisher, my triangles, my tools. So I beat on that and get that fixed up. And I bust off a bunch of the damaged aluminum and kind of file the edges around and bend it back as best I could, get it working and not hazardous. So that's all set. And like within 20 minutes, 2 more trucks show up. They walk up by me, go check in, come back out, and think, okay, sweet, we'll be in and out of here, no problem. No, we weren't. We sat there like 2.5 hours after these guys checked in and we had 3 trucks. Never come and got us. Which, I mean, I ended up striking up a conversation with the driver behind me. He's a real cool dude. We're talking back and forth about life and this, that, and the other thing. And, of course, everybody's poking fun at my bumper missing. I got the high-performance truck with my spoiler. Yeah. So, anyways, we get like 5 trucks built up there. They finally come to escort us in. We drive into the place, drive through the gate, drive the whole length of the facility down to the other end. I swear to God, it's like 3 freaking miles. Get down there, turn around, come halfway back to the scale house that is literally on the other side of the gate I started at first. Okay? Scale the trucks in. Then they say, okay, fine. You're going to find your own way back because magically you don't need an escort at this point. We're just going to cut you loose. You're going to go back down the other end, back up the other side, halfway back to where we're going to stage and load pipe. Yeah, this is a great time. So I get back over there, I get staged, grab my boards, grab my spikes, get up there, get loaded. And I say, okay, now you're going to go scale out. So you can go back down the other end of the facility, come around the end of it, come back up to where the scale is, and then you're going to scale out, take your paper, go back down, come back up, go back out the main gate. This is freaking ridiculous. So anyways, I get down there. I was the first guy to load because I was the first one in the gate. Get back down there, scale out. And luckily the girl at the scale house said, you know, there's no reason you guys can't use the back gates. Hang on, I'll make a call. We'll get you guys out. So she made her call. They said, yeah, we'll let you out the back gates. We got out of there. That's fine. But God, I was there over 6 freaking hours to get loaded. Good Lord. But we finally got out of there. I get headed north. And I was almost out of clock at this point. I was down to like 7.5 hours of duty left for the week when I pulled out of there. Which, I mean, I had it all planned out. While I was sitting there waiting, I found myself a Walmart with truck parking along my route. I found a mom and pop truck stop that had loads of parking. I was supposed to have a really good restaurant, like $5 showers. I was looking great. I had a plan. I had it planned to a T. I could make that. I was going to burn most of my clock with like an hour cushion for traffic. It was going to be golden. 1 steel mill later, that all went out the window. So, yeah, I was able to make my Walmart. Started north from there. I couldn't get anywhere near as far as I wanted to go, so I'm going to miss my delivery, which was delivery from Monday, but I still got like 600 some odd miles to do. And which I noticed some of you guys listen to that, like, oh no, that's nothing, you can do that. Well, I'm in a truck that's governed at 65, so I can maybe hit 600. I got to look it over. I can maybe, if like circumstances are perfect, it was like a truck stop next to the place I got to unload, so I can go in, unload, and go park. Excuse me. I might be able to make it, but we'll see what that brings. But I'm not thinking I will. So I got north of there. I got up to a little bit south of Cheyenne. Hit that Walmart, had the truck parking, and I ended up actually staying at a Love's in Cheyenne is where I'm sitting right now doing this. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the week. Slept the sleep of the dead last night, trying to make up for the night prior where I only had like 3-4 hours of sleep. Got up, and today's just been cleaning day. Cleaned up the truck here. Got it fairly well organized. Ended up with a tire that popped up, said it was leaking, which I haven't been able to find a leak. I put air in it and it hasn't leaked down anymore, so see what it does. Yeah, but I found out my bunk heater doesn't work because sitting here decided to come up with a thunderstorm and it just hailed on us. There's like an inch of hail on the ground now. And I go to kick my heater on and my bunk heater doesn't want to work. It's got issues. I don't know what it is. It says flame out or no flame detected. It's a S-bar bunk heater. And the controls are right up there. And I frigged with it some. I frigged with it. I've gotten out of the bunk to make sure there's like nothing clogging up the vents because I looked it up. They said if it's a flame out issue, a lot of times the intake vents get something covering it. So I checked that. It's fine. Still won't fire. I don't think it's firing. No, there's no heat coming out of it. Luckily, and this is actually a bit of advice for you guys, especially if you run cold climates, I carry myself this little teeny backup heater. It's only, how many watts are you? Yeah, it's 250 watts. So this can run easy off my 1,000-watt power inverter. And this makes a big difference. Like, this has kept me comfy sitting here today because it's not super cold. It's in the 50s. It's just like that little bit, that dank chill you get in yet. So that takes the edge off. That'll hold me over to get my bunk heater fixed. This is also great to have with you in the wintertime because these S-bar bunk heater that I got works phenomenal, but the trucks aren't particularly well insulated and it can only do so much. And the other thing is too, the truck has idle shut off, so unless it's below 0 degrees, the truck won't idle. It gets like I think it's like a 5-minute idle is the setting on this one. The truck shuts off. Well, the truck shuts off and it's cold. I mean, even in the teens, you can have trouble getting started. Now we have APUs, which are great. I love an APU. I got a Thermo King on this truck. I love it. Get a little wrinkle in the programming. I can't just turn this one on and it just stays on. I either have to run the AC or I have to have a fan going, which when it's cold, the last thing I want is AC or a fan blowing on me. But the other thing that will make it run is if the batteries get low or there's a constant power draw. Yeah, I just set this guy up, put him on the end of an extension cord. I actually set him in the driver's footwell because, like I was saying about the heater, it doesn't circulate up front very well. So I stick this guy in the driver's footwell, make sure the actual cabin compartment stays nice and warm. And this pulls the batteries down enough. The APU will stay running all night, circulate coolant with my main engine, keep the engine warm. So it's really good to have that. It's also a good backup in case you end up like me and your bunk heater goes out, I'm still warm. So yeah, just a bunch of cleanup. I got those knives I'm still working on. You guys, I think you guys have seen them. You saw them, yeah, I think you saw them in one of the shorts. Anyways, I'm putting some handles on some fillet knives. One's for my wife, one's for a friend, and one's going for a charity auction in South Carolina. There's a group that puts together. My wife's actually on the board of directors with them now. She got drafted by them because she likes horses, and they found her, and like everybody over there is like 60 plus, so she's worth them now. And they put on a horse show every year. Proceeds go to benefit a homeless children's home in South Carolina. It's a really nice thing. They have an auction at the horse show, and we donate stuff every year. And this year I'm doing one of these knives. There's one going to them, and you might see some tidbits on that later. We'll see. But I worked on those some. So I got to sand and finish the handles. I'm doing ironwood burl, and olive wood. They look great. They're coming out. I still got a bit of sanding to do. I'm gonna do a tongue oil finish on them. So they're coming along. So I worked on them a little bit. Stopped, did my shopping. I bought a bunch of chicken. I eat a lot of chicken in the truck. It's nice lean meat, keeps easy, and it's very versatile. I can make a lot of different meals out of just a couple pounds of chicken. So the past 3-4 weeks, I just go and buy at Walmart like those 4-pound boneless skinless chicken breasts, cook them up in my Ninja 4-in-1, and that makes food for the week because I can do. I usually have like a grilled chicken dinner the first night, and I just do a chicken piece with some pasta and some vegetables or something. I make Caesar salads with it. I can make chicken sandwiches, chicken bacon ranch sandwiches, chicken salad sandwiches. I can just bake chicken and have that with something. Throw chicken in ramen. What else can we do? Oh, I make bang bang chicken. There's a ton of stuff you can do with chicken. Chicken's extremely versatile. Chicken Alfredo pasta, lots and lots of stuff. But I was going to do that today, but it's been pouring rain and freezing cold, so that's going to wait till tomorrow when I can do it in good weather, because I like to cook out in the trailer, so I don't soak the cab up so much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Did that. I've been in a game chat with my wife and a couple friends, a good part of the morning, just chit-chatting with them. Oh, yes. You guys don't know about the circus going on at home. I've been dealing with a nightmare piece of property I've been trying to buy in South Carolina. Turned out some good old boys that are a little bit short on brain cells inherited some land, and they decided they're going to rent it out, make money off it. Good plan. The land had never been surveyed. It was a 5-acre lot, got cut up into 6 pieces. The county down there allowed this to happen with no survey maps being recorded, which is idiotic, and it's illegal. It's not supposed to happen, but mistakes were made like 15 years ago, so it is what it is now. But anyways, these guys just went out there and assumed that this house nearby their piece of property was theirs, and they decided to try to sell and rent it out. They've been selling it to us for the past 2.5 years, and I paid over 25 grand in on it. Well, we start doing our due diligence on it first thing, and we find out that, well, because they came in, they told us property lines were really small, which I thought was odd for a 7.5, 7/10 of an acre lot. So we went and started doing some digging on it, found out that no, the lot's not as tiny as they showed us originally, which is okay, fine, and we started having an issue with a neighbor down there, which is a completely separate issue. But we go out and hire our own surveyor, and he comes in, looks at it, goes, yeah, this is an absolute horror show, this should have never happened, we're going to have to go back through all the deeds and lay this out according to the deeds. Okay, fine. Well, he ends up having a bunch of medical problems. I had to save up some money. It ends up taking about a year to get this done. Come find out, these guys don't actually own the house or the land they showed us. They own the empty vacant lot next door. And it's all surveyed and mapped now, so this is what it is. And we've actually found the guy that actually owns the house we're in. He's a great guy, phenomenal man. He's a South Carolina native. He's like the original old school South, back when they still had integrity and morals and brains. But yeah, he's been a great guy. We've got to deal with him. Everything's fine. But the guys that own this vacant lot are still insisting somehow they own the house, even though I've shown them all the paperwork that says, no, you don't. And, yeah, he just owns a stupid dirt lot. I tried to buy it from him. I offered to let them keep the 25 grand. I've already paid them. Plus pay them an additional 3 for 7/10 of an acre with a squatter on it of dirt. No improvements, no nothing. They wouldn't take it. Told me I was an idiot and didn't know who I was dealing with. So yeah, I tried to deal with this guy. I tried to show him, yeah, you don't own the house. Here's why. You know, the tax office said this was a mistake. You can take them to court if you want to. I said, you could try to take the guy that actually owns the house to court. I said, but you ain't got a leg to stand on. I said, you're just going to be wasting your own time and money. I said, but you know, that's on you, boo-boo. So he wouldn't hear any of it. And he allowed that, well, he's going to have to go ahead and evict us. And I said, well, oh no, first he wanted me to pay him rent. I said, well, I'm not going to pay you rent because I have no deal with you. I never had a deal with you. My deal was with this other guy who's supposedly your partner, but apparently isn't, because you guys can't make up your mind on that. And my deal with him was to buy a house and property that you guys don't have. You have this vacant lot next door to the place I'm actually living, and we already got a deal with this guy. And I said, I'm not going to pay you rent. He's gone back and forth trying to make me pay rent, which I told him I'm not, because I'm not actually even on your land. And today, actually yesterday, he just sent out the eviction letter to try to evict us out of the house and property he doesn't own, which is hilarious dealing with this guy. So yeah, I spent a good part of the morning working on a response to him. It's going to be like 3 pages long, and I'm sure he's going to be mad when he gets it. But it is what it is. That's kind of the comedy show we get going on at the house. But yeah, that's pretty much been my day, and I'm trying to catch up some of the YouTube stuff. This video is up to 30 minutes now, so hopefully it's long enough format for you guys. If you haven't already and you made it this far, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you can see when new videos come out. I try to post a lot of shorts through the week, kind of what's going on, do a lot of vlog stuff. I'm also trying to do a lot of informative stuff, tips, tricks, information you guys should have, but a lot of people don't. And I'm trying to help teach you guys, because I got a lot of information to share. And I also try to share the funny stuff that goes on and kind of share an insight into the life of being a driver. So if you haven't yet, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you like this long format video, because I know it's been like half an hour of me just rambling about my life. So let me know what you think. If you like this, we'll do more of them. This will be a regular thing. Till then, have a good one.